in here is my new laptop. Well, it's not totally new, it's refurbished, but it's new to me. And let's unbox it. Whoa, what is all of this? I only wanted a laptop, not... Check this out, holy shit. What? a free... What? No way! There's a free laptop bag for the delayed shipping. Great, they even saved them the bubble wrap stuff with this. But then again, would have been cheaper with bubble wrap. So here is the power supply. Is that an original power supply? It is. Woohoo! Good. Yes, there it is. My new to me laptop. I've never had, in fact, a Lenovo ThinkPad. This is my first ever Lenovo. I've only had 2 IBM ThinkPads. Now I know that for a fact that the Lenovo ThinkPads are great. I know tons of people who use them, and so that's why I got it. Also, I know that these can take quite a bit of beating. It's also required because I will carry this everywhere. And just by looking at it, I mean, it's refurbished. You know, it's a used product, but just like this top part looks very shiny, as if they polished it with something. And they even put that protective thing on it. And there it is. There is the ThinkPad T430. It was clear to me that I want a T series and no other ThinkPad, because this is, if you're not familiar with ThinkPads, the T series is their business notebook lineup. They're very expensive, brand new. I think you get them for $1,600 upwards only. And they're very rugged, very reliable. And they're not the most pretty things, but they're functional. I've seen tons and tons of these computers. That's why I got it, since I was so familiar with them already. Tons of my colleagues have these, or just the T series general. I did not want to go with a very slim Ultrabook or anything where I'll make some sort of compromise. No compromise. Let's see if it has a charge. It does have a charge. Well, what was a big deal to me were 3 things when upgrading from this MacBook here. This is, by the way, the MacBook I came from. A very old 2007 MacBook Pro. It was introduced in the PowerBook series with this design, and it carried on to the 2006 and 7 models, and even I think throughout some 2008 models. And the biggest 3 problems I have with this computer, apart from the speed, are the portability factor. It is big, obviously. It is very heavy, and also the keyboard isn't really nice. The newer style MacBook keyboards, the chiclet, are epic. I really like these, but this keyboard, nah, not a big fan of it after having it used all that much. The trackpad, it's okay. It's not the greatest, but it's fine. But also the battery life is just, you know, it's an old laptop. Even though I upgraded the battery with a brand new one when I bought it, it doesn't crack over 3 hours of battery life, and that's just not enough. So, and then we also have, of course, obviously the speed. This only has a Core 2 Duo, while this has a Core i5. Now it's reacting a little slow, and I will tell you why. It still has a hard drive. If you were to buy this in Austria, of course, because it's an Austrian reseller, $250 for this, I think 2014 model year Lenovo with an i5 3rd gen and 8 gigs of RAM in this nice shape, refurbished, you know, officially refurbished with a warranty. You will not beat that price when you try to search for a Mac. And this is one of the reasons I switched from a Mac to a PC as a laptop, since yeah, I needed a faster one, and I didn't want to spend all that much money. So yeah, I will probably make another whole video why I switched from the Mac to the PC. So this is, after all, a work machine, and because of that I need tons of software to be installed and configured, and just you know, configuring it the way I want it. Of course, the refinements will all be just done over the next couple of weeks when I use it, but still, of course, number one is the SSD swap. Here is an SSD. This is a 120 gig SSD. Seems a little low on capacity, I know, but it's sufficient for me. I don't need more capacity. All I need is speed. So the capacity is really not that much of an issue. Or this plate. All right, and there it is. There is the, what is this, a Seagate 320 hard drive. Pretty, you know, slow and bad, but this one is a 120 gig solid state drive from SanDisk. So you don't even need screws. You only just do this, and I hope you can see. Yep, you can see. And then you just slide this, hopefully, in there. And that is the whole thing. Oh, even has a backlight keyboard. I'll probably never use that. And yeah, we don't have an OS on here. So I just found out that Etcher now has a different name and icon. It's called Bellina Etcher, although the application still looks the same. So it will hopefully do also the same. Well, it will do the same, but it's probably owned by a different company now or so. So it doesn't have the vinyl record thing anymore. It just has this boring cube. So MacBook, how is it that your last chore is to create the flash drive for the computer that replaces you? Yeah. But yeah, it's coming along. Also has now this little ad here. But yeah, as long as it works, I don't care. Okay, it is a couple of hours later, and there is my laptop. So what happened, you might ask? My laptop is sort of broken. Yeah, it is. It's not really the laptop though, it's the battery. It's laying there, as you can see, and I will show you what it does. Right, it's in the laptop, no power supply hooked up, and it works like a charm. You would never know what secret it has that makes it really unusable. I will show you. By the way, I also installed Linux, which boots pretty fast. You can see there. It's done. Good. Now we got 87% of charge. Let's plug in and see what happens. Again, original power supply. Watch this. And listen. Yep. Awesome, huh? It makes this weird sound, which is annoying to begin with and scary. But watch what it does. I don't know how long it's gonna keep going. But it should die any minute, any second. Yep, there you go. That is it. Right there. Yes, the laptop just turns off randomly by itself. It must be some sort of safety mechanism. I first thought, shit, it's a motherboard problem, you know? Because when it turns off randomly, you know, it could be literally anything. But I then took out the battery, and it worked normally. I installed the operating system, I browsed the web a bit, I installed some applications, and it worked great. It worked as if nothing happened, but it doesn't have a battery in it. But once I put the battery back in, it does this. And I also have no idea if the battery charges. I can't really see that it does because it's constantly flashing and making this sizzling noise, and it's just randomly turning off the computer, and it's really annoying, guys. It is a Patona battery. It says it's a German company, but it's just using the Sanyo batteries anyway, just in this their own packaging or whatever. And yeah, that's the culprit. That's the guy which causes the issue, and that is very annoying because, you know, I want a battery in my computer. So I composed the email and I emailed the company because I still have warranty, and I asked them if I can just, you know, send them the battery and get a new battery because the computer is working and it's fine, but the battery is the problem. So it would also save me a lot of hassle, you know. But yeah, I was really looking forward to taking this laptop to university tomorrow, but no, I will still take my old MacBook with me because that battery works, even though it gets empty pretty fast. It works, and yeah, that's very very sad. But in case I have to send back the whole computer, which can be, I don't know, they didn't respond yet because obviously it's in the night. I can just pop out my SSD. I can put in the stock hard drive and send it back, and you know, still have everything intact when I get it back, or get a new laptop. If I get a new laptop, I don't even want to get a new laptop. I just want to get a new battery. I mean, that's so it turns out on refurbishing these, to achieve this low price, they take aftermarket batteries, which is fine for me if they would work. So I also emailed them with a question that if maybe they can give me an original battery, but maybe they don't make him for this model anymore. I don't know. So yeah, I will now continue installing all the programs and doing all that stuff, and yeah, we'll see you when I get a response from the guys, and yeah, see how this story continues. So an update on the case of the broken ThinkPad. Or better, the battery, I say. I got the email today in the morning, and the email was great. The email said, sure, we can totally just change out the battery, just, you know, send the battery to us, and fine. But then I got another email from a different guy from the company saying, no, we can't do that, unfortunately, and you need to send us the whole machine because we need to make sure that it's really this problem, and nothing else. And yeah, you know, then I actually called him up and said, I know what the problem is, and if you just change out the battery, I mean, well, you know, what's the problem, you know? And he just said, oh, we can't do this, you know, we never do this, and then yeah. So I guess I have to send this back. I don't want to send this back. I like it, actually. No, what also annoys me is I know that this is probably gonna take another week until this is finally sorted out, because I can't just bring this to the post office and send it. There needs to be a special delivery service coming to my house to pick it up, and then you know, it needs to be sent in, it needs to be diagnosed, and who knows how long it's gonna take. So I'm a little pissed off by this, but you know, I have a warranty, and why not take it? Because I never have a warranty. I'm not used to having a warranty because usually I am the warranty. But so I you know, I have to take this. But nevertheless, you know, it's annoying for me. So I still use the MacBook for the next week probably. Alright, mates. I'm pissed off. I'm currently looking at another refurbished ThinkPad on my refurbished ThinkPad. At a different reseller. Why that? Well, why? It's missing a critical key. Yep. One stupid key, the less and bigger key, the greater than and smaller than, however you call it in English. It's usually supposed to go here in a German keyboard layout. But all we have here is this ginormous shift key. And since I didn't code a single thing on it yet and wanted to start right now on my broken battery, by the way, I couldn't, because it's missing the freaking key and you can't find it anywhere else. But also I'm not willing to accept that it's somewhere different, because this is supposed to be a German keyboard layout, but what it really is a English one with these little stickers over it, and that's it. So they basically just, yeah, they did it pretty good with these stickers, but they didn't really like advertise it that it's gonna be like this, and that's, I'm not willing to accept that. And also I wrote him that in the emails, and I didn't get any response to that. So maybe that company isn't so great after all. I don't know, but I'm gonna give this back and buy that one, which is the exact same, because this is such a great laptop. I would really like to keep this. Also, it's in decent shape, but when I have now two problems, first the battery, now the keyboard. I've looked at replacement keyboards, and they go for $80 for an original keyboard, and you know, also this one is going to be a hard sell here in Austria, since, you know, who wants that keyboard? So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna give it back. Gonna wait way longer now that I have finally my faster laptop, but it's the better option. Also, this one would come out a little more expensive, but I'm willing to pay that. It's if that has at least a normal keyboard and a working battery, I'm totally 100% happy. So it's just, I'm so pissed off, guys. This is so annoying, and also they didn't write that anywhere. So at least I got this warranty, or this, you know, that I can give it back, get my money back, and then I'm buying it from this company. Trying out this one, I just hope it's not the same reseller, like the reselling company. So yeah, whatever, guys. I'm pissed off. So it is quite some time later. I honestly don't know when I filmed the last clip, but it surely was 2 weeks ago, maybe even longer. That was because I shipped back the old ThinkPad, well, the previous one, from the other company, and I bought this one from that company, and that took so long to ship. It got delayed, and now it's here. And you know what's so funny is, I just today randomly got the idea that I read the reviews of this company, Luxnote, and in fact it didn't have so great reviews. So, you know, usually people, you read the reviews before you go out and buy a product from them. But yeah, I decided not to, because I'm stupid. Well, maybe, and I just hope maybe, only the grumpy people wrote the reviews. No, it really has a fair amount of bad reviews. I just hope that it's not true. I also note that most of these guys were business people also, so I don't know, they maybe have higher standards or so. Okay, let's look inside of there. Probably just stabbed the computer. Let's see on how they were on packaging. Okay. Okay. And so here it is. The ThinkPad. Of course, there's something personal here. Is it an OEM? Yes, it is an OEM. That's great. And the power cord looks new to me. Same as with the other company. It should have a better screen. And it also has a different port layout, I think. Yep, I can already see it. But it's still an I keep saying IBM. A Lenovo ThinkPad T series. And yeah, exactly what I wanted. It has this interesting, looks like carbon fiber wrapping here. looks in good condition to me. Can't really tell that it's a used one. Same as on the other company, by the way. Yeah, that's like a protective thing, I guess. And I'm just looking for the hard drive caddy. I can't really find it. Oh, it's under there. Okay. So, now comes the moment of truth. I will actually see if it has the hard... they're really making it exciting. If it has the goddamn German keyboard. Seriously? Yes, it has! Woo! Wow, I can't get excited about a keyboard. Yeah, this is basically the reason why I shipped it back. The other one, and also, of course, the problem it had, but this one... Why do they shove this in the screen? Huh. Well, we got 10 euros off whatever. As you can see, we got here Windows 7 booting. That is because I checked the cheapest option I could get for a hard drive, since I knew I was going to put in the SSD. And yeah, we'll let it boot up and then see what specs we have under the hood. So, I just want to tell you this. This has Windows 7 Pro. You know how much I paid for a Windows 7 Pro when it was new? Holy shit, and I'm getting it for free and I'm not even using it. Okay, how will this continue? I, in fact, thought about it a long time, but I will use Windows. In fact, not Linux. I will use Windows for only one reason. Well, basically for two reasons. First, the reason number one is I got here Windows 10 Education and I got a free key from my university. And I was like, yeah, if I get a free Windows license, why not take it, you know? But also, since I need MS Office, I need MS Office more than I thought I would. The viewers alone aren't gonna cut it, and the problem is when you open up a Microsoft Office Word document and you edit it in LibreOffice, it's not always great, and it sometimes messes stuff up. So I am going to install Windows solely for the purpose of Microsoft Office. Yeah, but I will probably dual boot it with a Ubuntu or something. I wasn't really all that much happy with the Linux Mint I have on here. It has some problems connecting to my Wi-Fi at university, which is basically the most important thing it needs to do. And I don't know why. Good. We see here I put in the SSD and it booted the system just fine. And now I checked, it has 8 GB of RAM, and it in fact does charge without shutting down, so that's great. Yeah, battery life, I can't really say anything about that right now. It says it needs 1 hour 22 minutes to load, and it's again a Sanyo, so now we're ready to reboot this system here and install Win 10 Education. Tell me, what is even like the difference between the normal Windows 10 and the Education version? I really don't know, but yeah, we'll just boot it and then install, and I'll be back when it's all done. So mates, we got a little update for you. Windows 10 is installed and it almost installed everything out of the box, although there is a slight problem. The brightness control does not work, as you can see, always stays the same. And I hope that the update fixes it. I mean, I haven't installed a single driver myself, and I haven't even looked into the device manager. So I will let this update, let it sit, do its thing, and then just check if everything works. It is very fast, very snappy. I like that. As you know, has the i5 3rd gen and 8 GB of RAM. and now the 120 gig SSD, so it makes it very snappy. And yeah, as you see, Windows 10 Education is running, so we will have to activate that later. I'll first let it do its thing here and then I'll come back to it. So here's what we're looking at. I'm almost done, but it's still going to take a while. Now I wanted to install Ubuntu for Windows, Bash for Windows, and it requires a newer version. And so I'm here with the Windows 10 Update Assistant, and that will update it to the latest one released, and it's taking forever and ever. Thankfully I only have to do that once, but the rest is all installed and ready to be used. And unfortunately yesterday Dropbox announced that it no longer lets you link unlimited devices to your free account, which really sucks. And they limited it to only 3, which is just barely enough. Well, actually it's not enough for me if I'm missing out on one. This one, for example, I also wanted my files here, but I can't have that anymore. Now I have it on my main PC, on the iPhone here, and on this laptop. And that's all I can get. The rest is all via web browsing. So that really sucks, Dropbox. I used to like you more. Anyway, what can I do, you know? I can't really complain. After all, it's free, so whatever, right? But still, kind of sucks. So, we are done setting up this machine, and for the end here, I will now show you the Cinebench score. It scores 18.88. I like that, it's very great. In graphics and 271 in CPU. Now they released this new fancy Cinebench R20, I think, and I ran it also and it scores over 500 there. But I wanted to use this because I can compare with this version to my other machines I ran it on, and with this new one it messes up my whole numbers and I can't really, you know, get any kind of relation how fast it really is, since I only had it ran on this one. So I used the old one still. And by the way, on the new one there's no graphics benchmark. But anyway, that's all about benchmarking. This is not meant to be benchmarked. This is just a workhorse for me. It performs very well. I've set it up to the way I like it. Also, Lenovo has this great utility which is called System Update, and that basically searches all the drivers for you. And it had some drivers that had one that was missing and one that were like 1 or 2 that were out of date. So it did take care of this. It also updated the BIOS, and now it's up to date. I also installed Linux, the Bash for Windows, if I can write it correctly. So here is the Linux shell, and that is great. It works like a charm, like it should. So yeah, guys, this is my ThinkPad T430. I finally have a ThinkPad. I still need to transfer some links and some other data, and just so much freaking work setting up a machine if you really use it and not just, you know, to present it on YouTube. But I will now end it here, since it is probably not so interesting for you anymore to watch the following that I will do. Anyway, I've typed on it quite a bit and I love the keyboard. It's just way, way, way better than my worn out MacBook keyboard I had. And it's very light, and the battery lasts around 4 hours, at least it estimates it. How long it will really go, I will obviously find out in the next weeks. And yeah, I like it. It's a great machine, and I'm happy to have it finally. And so I hope you found this video interesting, with a lot of fail, I know, but this is how it goes on this channel. So thanks for watching, and see you later.